If he's not treated right, he's even programmed to die.
Good night.
Would you like to do another?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, this is she. Hospital? What happened?
Say, where did you learn how to sing like that?
What happened?
And you're telling us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow.
Just in case we fail to recognize one another after all these years.
Mary dear. I know it's only a phase.
An allied tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Hello?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
At home, away from the group, there are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents. Mother may have other opinions of what looks best, but of course, Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
An allied tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
treated right, he's even programmed to die.
I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
He tried. Orange juice, the orange juice Quang, the orange juice, the tangerine flavored stuff that used to come in a
Hello?
plastic tube. Tang. I know you had some Tang when you was growing up. Tang Quang.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Dude, this Chimera's level 5. What? What is he doing? How is he still level 5, bro?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed. Enemy tower destroyed.
At home, away from the group, there are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents.
Enemy has
Mothers may
been
have
slain.
other opinions of what looks best, but of course, mother has old-fashioned ideas.
An enemy has been slain.
I think it's something they added in the last patch. I think that happens when your health goes to critical. Whenever you reach critical, like when you're critically hurt. Not critted by like a crit card, but like when your health is low under a certain point, get that target on your back. It's kind of confusing. I don't like it. It makes you think that you have an ability that you're supposed to use. I don't know why they added that. It happens for everyone. It's not just Moria, like a Murdoch ult's coming or anything like that. I think it's just when you're critically injured. That Chimera was level 5 at that point in the game. Everybody else was like 9, 10, 11, and he was still level 5. How does that? I bet you I got all of those guys on my team now.
If he's not treated right, he's even programmed to die.
Solo player, Afternoon Delight. Oh right, I bet you all of them. Yep, solo player. I knew they were gonna be on my team. I'll dodge. I'll wait. I'm not playing this game, bro. I'm not playing that game. They can kiss my ass.
Good night.
I'll take a ban. I don't give a shit, bro. Like I'm tired of doing that shit. It's stupid when I can guess who's gonna be on my team the next game. Like I just played them, and all of the players that played bad, they're now on my team. Like why would it do that? Yeah, I'm not playing that shit. Kiss my dick, bro. They can kiss my dick. I'm not playing that shit.
Paul Swangard and Lewis Johnson covering all the action for you here on day 5 in Eugene, Oregon. And we're going to kick things off tonight with the first of 3 heats of the men's 1,500 meters. And there is a teenager, the 18-year-old from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Kara Hobbs Kessler, who everybody is talking about.
What a story Hobbs Kessler is. A year ago, no one knew his name, and now everyone knows his name. He comes in with one of the fastest times, the high school American record holder, faster than the NCAA championship record. And he's just so composed. He went professional yesterday. This is his first time doing rounds. It's really exciting to see him in this position.
It's not just track that he enjoys. He is a very enthusiastic and a very talented rock climber as well.
Yes, he competed at the 2019 Youth World Climbing Championships. He thinks that climbing helps him keep calm, gives him a really good core, and keeps his body really strong.
All true.
He broke a high school record that stood for some 20 years. People thought that it'd never be broken. And nothing seems too big for this kid. He takes it all in his stride.
This dude ran 3:35.
That's what has got everybody talking.
He's got a great team around him. He's coached by Ron Warhurst, and he trains with Nick Willis, who is a 2-time Olympic medalist, and also with Mason Furlick, who we'll see in the final of the steeplechase tomorrow. He's got a great community around him, and everyone's just so excited to see what he's able to do here.
A quick pre-race yawn.
A little bored.
He's ready to get this going. So
everyone's just so excited to see what he's able to do here.
Top 6 go through from the 3 heats, and then the next 6 fastest overall time. So heat 1 of 3 in the men's 1,500 meters. There's the full field for you in 88-degree conditions here in Eugene, Oregon.
We see hip 1, that's Vincent Ciotti, who's sort of taking the pace here. He runs for the Oregon Track Club Elite right here out of Eugene, Oregon. This is his home track and his home base. He's been having a breakout year, and so he's comfortable taking the pace here and sort of controlling this effort in this first round.
All in green, Vincent Ciotti. He's already met the Olympic qualifying standard. If you're interested, it's 3 minutes, 35 seconds even.
Yeah, and there's a few men that have met that standard in this heat. Josh Thompson, who runs for the Bowerman Track Club, he's met that time, and so has Hobbs Kessler.
Paul Ryan, all in red, hip 8, a 24-year-old out of Idaho. is running shoulder to shoulder with Ciardi. There's the teenager, Hobbs Kessler, with number 3 on his waist, that yellow band around his waist. We'll see what the teenager does as this race progresses.
You know, he's never done rounds before. He's never been at a championship race like this where he has to do rounds. And I'm sure with Ron Warhurst as his coach, he's as prepared as can be. But this will be different. You know, you have to control your physicality and your mental state throughout the rounds. And this is something new for him to learn. All of these men out here are trying to get through to the next round as easily as possible without exerting a lot
You run
of
rounds
mental
in
stress or
USA
physical
and
stress.
Junior Olympics,
And so this is new for him to
AAU,
learn
track
how
and
to do
field.
this.
You learn how to do rounds.
Hobbs Kessler was just easing number 4 there, Casey Comer, out of the way as he tried to come through on the rail. I was talking with Ron Warhorst, Hobbs Kessler's coach, earlier today. You know how Kessler and Mason Furlick, who we'll see in the men's steeplechase final, spent the day? Playing Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
No stress, no stress.
Absolutely. We see Paul Ryan now take the lead from Washington State. He was a finalist just a couple weeks ago in the 1500 at the NCAA Championship here in Eugene.
Colby Alexander from Strongsville, Ohio. He's in the mix, the 30-year-old. He's 3rd in shot, all in black there on your right.
You know, that they ran 62 and then 64. So they're all kind of, for these men, this is jogging here right now. And
Definitely
so I think
jogging.
we're going to see people positioning here as they come around here and getting ready. You know, they all want to get through on place. They don't want to have to be reliant on time. So I think we'll see a little jostling here and a quick run to the finish over these last 500 meters.
I know it sounds silly, dear.
So that's David Ribich who's gone to the front. And we're keeping an eye on Hobbs Kessler, the 18-year-old.
Look at Hobbs,
He's running in about
keeping
5th
calm.
at the moment on the inside, all in black. There he is. Now the big picture goal with the
Now he's going to move to the outside or the inside of lane
He's
2.
running these rounds. He's now starting to make his move. If he were to get a ticket on that plane to Tokyo, he would be the youngest U.S. man to make an Olympic team in the 1500 since Jim Ryan qualified for Tokyo 1964. That's what's on the line for this 18-year-old.
Well, that sure would be something. He needs to get through this round, though, and he looks like he's been running this really smart. He didn't get caught up in anything early. He's been sitting back and waiting, and now we see Thompson moving up on the outside a little bit, too. These men want to be in this top 6, and now we're going to see some arms flying and legs pumping here as they get towards the finish line.
It's David Ribich who leads the way, all in yellow, then Vincent Ciardi.
Now he's looking.
Thompson's coming on the outside in that white singlet. And Hobbs Kessler, he is in that 6th place now. He starts to push
Easy.
forward.
That was easy. You see that move? That was easy for him.
Here comes Hobbs Kessler. Just to confirm his position, he looks around, goes across the line for the win. 18-year-old Hobbs Kessler wins in 3:45.63.
The kid is good.
So that's good 10 seconds above the Olympic standard. But that's not what it's about at the moment. It's just about progressing and making it through to the next round and to the semis, which you'll see tomorrow.
You know, they closed that last lap in 53. They were flying, and I'm impressed by the presence and the poise we saw from Hobbs Kessler. Here, he's sort of in the back. He's coming off the bend. He's not in great position, but he slows down a little, moves on the outside to Thompson, and he's looking over. He's like, I just don't know where I need to be, you know, but he got in there great. And we also see Thompson get through as well, Centrowitz's training partner. He just moved out, looked over, saw he was in good position, cruised in.
Again, top 6 from each heat will advance to the semi-finals. And some good encouragement there for the youngster, Hobbs Kessler, in what was an interesting run to home. So Hobbs Kessler, Josh Thompson, he was strong on that last lap, wasn't he? David Ribich, Vincent Ciardi, Paul Ryan and Colby Alexander all go through to the semis in the top 6, and that's certainly where we'd expect to see Rio Olympic gold medalist in the 1500, Matthew Centrowitz.
Centrowitz ran such a great race in Rio. I mean, this race was incredible. He's one of the best tacticians in the world, and he always seems to find a way.
He's one of the best tacticians in the world.
He was in that race. He was in the perfect place, and when he finds his place and he finds his speed, he really is untouchable. An absolutely beautiful finish to hold off everyone in the world, become the Olympic champion, the first champion for the United States in 108 years. He seemed a little stunned at the end, but I think those of us that have been following his career, we knew he could do it.
What a year it has been for this college freshman. He's won NCAA titles in the 1500, the mile, and the 3000. From the University of Oregon, Cole Hawker.
What a round of applause, what a welcome for the 20-year-old from Indianapolis, Indiana. You know, today he was on the front page of the Indianapolis Stars sports section.
I love it. He has a lot of family here to cheer him on. And, you know, even though he's won so many races this year, 3 NCAA titles, he said this has been the main focus all year. He was coming here to be ready here to give himself the best chance to land a spot on the U.S. Olympic team. So he is a huge talent. We look forward to watching him run through these rounds.
Lots of family and friends here supporting him as well. In this heat, we should see feature Craig Engels, one of the biggest personalities in track and field. But he has been
Look at this guy's mullet.
5 years.
Look at that mullet.
To get redemption, and the
Look
redemption
at that
means
mullet.
getting into the Olympic team. He missed out narrowly in 2016.
You know, he looked vulnerable at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he's good
Turned
though.
things around a few weeks ago.
I don't know if you follow track and field, but he's a pretty savvy runner.
Second heat of the men's 1500, top 6 go through. If you don't want to have to rely
I expect him to
on
qualify. He'll at
time.
least qualify. He may not win like
You know,
this.
not only is Matthew Centrowitz
But he's
the
good.
defending Olympic champion, he's also a former Duck.
Yes. And speaking of Ducks, finishing his senior year here, Jack Urian is in this race as well, and Jack is
Mustache
the
guy.
roommate to Cole Hocker. So there's lots of great stories and close relationships in this race as Centrowitz goes around the outside just to move himself into mid-pack. Hocker leads over Craig Engels in the blue and green.
One of my favorite stories I've read so far is about Eric Holt. He has hip number 3. His high school did a huge send-off for him. They have Holt Mania at his high school, in Carmel High School in New York. Pretty exciting when someone from your hometown gets to these championships.
Bright yellow top running third with hip number 1. That's Waleed Suleiman, the 22-year-old from Richmond, Virginia. He ran third in the 1500 at the recently run 2021 NCAA Championships.
So Lee, this heat's going out quite a bit faster than the last one. They were 57.8 through 400. So this is interesting to see Cole Hocker take this race and take it so fast. You know, he does not have the Olympic standard qualifying time yet, and I have to wonder if maybe he's making a push for that here. And he has some company that'll go with him.
You don't make a push
But
for
he's
it in
certainly
qualifying
capable of
run. You make a
achieving
push
that
for it in the
standard.
finals.
Engels just on the back of him there, ahead of Suleiman, and you may have noticed Matthew Centrowitz, white top, black bottom.
He's up front
Centro's
because he
eased his
knows
way up into
Centrowitz is a kicker, so he's trying to
Centrowitz
push the
run.
pace
He
to tire
looks
them out.
so
That's what he's doing.
all the time.
He knows he don't have a
just
kick.
looks like he's out jogging. Everything's so controlled. There's no wasted movement on his body. You know, when he goes to kick, you see a little bit more motion, but he is the epitome of like beautiful form and a great, I mean, he's just such a great tactician. He's fun to watch.
A little earlier in the year, Cara, he said, I may not be as sharp as I was in 2016, but I'll get there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's run one 1,500-meter race this year, and he, you know, in typical Centrowitz fashion, dominated it. And, you know, one of his coaches, Shalane Flanagan, told me that he is one of their more difficult athletes to work with, not because of personality, but because of age, and he's a bit injury-prone. You know, their job is to just keep him healthy and then sort of get out of the way and just let his talent come through.
And if you talk about age, in comparison, Matthew Centrowitz is 31. The guy leading the race is 20. Now Waleed Suleiman moves up alongside Cole Hocker. 1 to go here at Hayward Field. Centrowitz now alongside Engels.
This is a heck of a race out of Cole Hocker. He is really just taking control of this race and making all of the professionals follow his lead. It's really cool to see.
It's no surprise. It's been a little bit of a theme here at these trials. The younger athletes, the collegians, going out and setting a cracking pace. Look at what Isaiah Jewett did in the 800-meter final.
Yeah, he really made a run for it and ended up on the team. And so we see these younger kids, they're going for it at this championship.
Hocker, Suleiman, Centrowitz third. Craig Engels is in fourth. Top 6 gets there. Engels is going to have to keep an eye out. Cole Hocker has a look around. Everybody's jostling. They just want to ensure that they're in the top 6. So that lead pack of 4 that we've watched for most of the race, no problems there. Cole Hocker gets the win. And looks around. Everybody was just checking each other out, seeing where they were.
Everybody was just checking each other
semifinals
out.
for the Olympic champ, Matthew Centrowitz.
Matthew Centrowitz looked so composed and relaxed throughout that whole heat. He was just
hospital? Or what happened?
Cow. May the best man win. Cow. Oh, look who it is. Cow, you're on the other team.
What happened?
Good luck, my guy. Good luck, man.
And you're telling us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough.
Oh, it's alright, man.
Just in case we fail to recognize one another after all these years.
Allow me.
Much sorrow comes from women who know not honor and truth. We don't have very long. I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
An ally has been slain. An allied tower is under attack.
I hate how the first war disappears so fucking fast.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
At home, away from the group, there are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents. Mother may have other opinions of what looks best, but of course, Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
Tower is under attack. Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
If he's not treated right, he's even programmed to die.
Enemy tower destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Good night.
An enemy has been slain. An allied tower is under attack. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
No.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Yes, it's she.
Enemy tower destroyed.
Oh man, come on, bro. There was no reason to surrender. No reason to surrender that game. There was no reason to surrender that game.
What happened?
Why'd you guys surrender that game, pal? There was no reason to surrender that. It was too early. You guys could have definitely
You're
came back.
telling us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow.
Just in case we fail to recognize one another after all these
Really,
years.
Sort of getting the job done, getting through as easy as possible. We can see him now, smile on his face. And this is what I'm talking about. When they come around the turn here, see Central, see how calm and relaxed he looks. There's some straining on some people's faces. He's just kind of looking around. He's counting. He's like, doing a tally of the people. And he's like, I'm good. I'm exactly where I need to be.
Really good strong finish from Jack Urian as well on the far left there. The Oregon Duck. He brings it home in 5th place ahead of Eric Holt. So Urian is looking all around. Look to his right, looking to his left. You're in the top 6 there, Jack. No problem. You're through to the semi-final. So too is Waleed Suleiman. He ran a very good race right from the gun.
He really did. He was one of the few people to go with Cole Hawker and just went for it. Now he gets rewarded with a trip to the next round.
So the cues on that graphic designate the automatic qualifiers through to the semi-finals. That's Hocker, Suleiman, Engels, Centrowitz, the Olympic champ Urian, and Eric Holt. So 2 down, 1 to go in the men's 1500, 5 of US Olympic track and field trials from Hayward Field, and that is what is now the iconic tower. And we move ahead to the 3rd heat in the men's 1500 meters, where you will see Rio Olympian Ben Blankenship.
Yeah, Blankenship had a great year in 2016, edging out 2012 silver medalist Liam Lozano to be named to the American team. He made the final in Rio and was running great. He hasn't raced yet this year, so there's some question marks of what sort of fitness he's in, but he certainly is a gamer and a really talented athlete.
And Ben will be up against another talented youngster in Yared Naguse.
Yared Naguse set the NCAA championship record this year in a first round at the ACC championships. And I talked to him about it, and he said it was a game day decision. He just got in the race, and he said, I'll play it by ear. If I feel good at halfway, I'll go for the Olympic standard. He felt good. He went for it. Not only did he get under that Olympic standard, but he got himself the NCAA record.
And did you see anybody around him? No, you did not. He did the majority of that ostensibly by himself.
100%. The NCAA certainly is a gamer and a really talented athlete.
And Ben will be up against another talented youngster in Yared Naguse.
Yared Naguse set the NCAA championship record this year in a first round at the ACC championships. And I talked to him about it, and he said it was a game day decision. You know, he just got in the race and he said, you know, I'll play it by ear. If I feel good at halfway, I'll go for the Olympic standard. He felt good. He went for it. Not only did he get under that Olympic standard,
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
but he got himself the
Maybe
NCAA record.
maybe we'll get
And
some
did you
points
see
back this
anybody
time.
around him? No, you did not. He did the majority of that, ostensibly by himself.
100%.
Maybe we'll get some of those points
Heat of
back
the men's
this time.
1500. Top 6 go through to the semis, which you will see tomorrow here on NBCSN. There's a full field for you. Isaac York's in there. Ibrahim, Sam Prakel, Johnny Gregorek is in this one as well. Henry Wynn. There are lots of athletes who could make it into this top 6.
You see Henry Wynn in there. He has had a heck of a comeback to be here. He had knee surgery, then he had emergency surgery on his stomach, and then in January he got COVID. And yet he's just remained positive throughout. He comes in after running personal best to be here, and he really is a comeback kid.
So at the moment, Isaac Yorks leads the way in that bright yellow top there. He's right alongside Trip Hurt. Now Yorks just surges to the front, second to last, but not for too much longer. All in green, the Rio Olympian, there he is right there. Ben Blankenship starting to push his way through. He's on the inside of Wynn, and you see Yared Naguse starting to push his way forward in the Notre Dame colors there.
You know, I loved what Naguse told me. He said, well, it wasn't that hard. It was kind of easy because I had the clock to look at when he set that record. No pacers, no one to push him, you know, but he had the clock to look at. It was super fun to talk to, and he says, I still don't know that much about running. I'm still learning.
And he said, look, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm ready for this challenge. I wasn't a kid who grew up dreaming of going to the Olympics. It's kind of come my way. And he said, I'll go to the trials, I'll give it my best. But he said, if it doesn't go my way, I know that I've got dental school to really focus on.
He's got a lot going on. We see right behind Yorks, we see Eric Avila, who actually won the Drake Relays Road Mile earlier this year. It was a U.S. championship, and that was his first U.S. championship that he's ever won. So he's feeling good. And right behind him is Sam Prakel, who is an Oregon Duck himself. And this pace is a little bit more honest even than the last one. They went out in 57 and came back in 59. So this is, as of right now, the quickest heat we've seen so far.
Blankenship is starting to make his way forward. They're all in green on the inside, the Rio Olympian. First race for 2021. Imagine that. Your first race is an Olympic qualifying race. Where you're going to try and be in the top 6 to go through.
This is a really good field, and right there we see Johnny Gregorek, who's made a world championship team before, but he's run so fast. He's struggled a little bit this year to find his form, but he certainly has the ability to stick with it in this last lap here.
Eric Avila leads into the bell lap. He leads Sam Prakel. Gregorek all in blue. There goes Yared Naguse in the white shorts, blue top on the outside there. As he's pulled up alongside Isaac Yorks. Top 6 go through. Blankenship's on the outside looking in at the moment. The 8 of Henry Wynn. Wynn is in that 6. This is going to be a mad scramble.
Yeah, we see Blankenship start to try to make a move here. You know, this is what we're used to seeing from him. We're used to seeing him really rev up with 200 meters to go. So we'll see if he can pull it off tonight.
Eric Avila, Sam Prakel. They're there. Here comes Wynn. Johnny Gregorek surging forward. Ben Blankenship is not going to make it. He's been left out the back. And there's 7 runners here. Going for 6 spots. Henry Wynn really came home hard in that final 200 there. Good run from Sam Prakel. And likewise, Eric Avila, the youngster Yared Naguse was in there.
You know, it looked like Blankenship got a little bit boxed in there as he came around the turn. It seemed like he went to go and he found that there was a wall in front of him. People were moving out, and as they're allowed to do, and look around and make sure that their position was protected, and it kind of kept him out.
Let's have a look at Ben Blankenship, all in green there. He's near Abe Alvarado in green. So he says, okay, now it's time to go. This is up the back stretch.
Yeah, and that's what we're used to seeing from Blankenship. He moves out and he makes a late move, and that's what makes him so good and so dangerous on the track. But as he came around here on the bend and he went for home, he found himself behind a wall of people, and he really just didn't have room to move. And, you know, these men were all together. They're all looking for the end. They all look so good. They're looking around. They know that they need to be in the top 6. They know that they pulled away, and they sort of formed a wall and ran in together.
There were 7 going for 6 spots. It was very quickly made just 6, and Ben Blankenship says thanks to the crowd. And he will have to rely on time as we show you the results of the 3rd and final heat in the men's 1500. And I'm pretty sure Blankenship will go through on time. That was a faster heat. So despite the disappointment of being at the back of the pack, Blankenship, the Rio Olympian, will go through. There are some of your key qualifiers for the Tiana up against, whether there was a late scratching, Quenisha Terry. That's why lane 5 is open. So TT not in this women's 200-meter heat. Lena Irby is right on the inside there, but Sonia, let's take a look at Cambria Sturgis.
She's coming off a phenomenal NCAA. She won 100 and 200 meters, and it's just her sophomore season. She was eliminated in the 100 meters in the semi, but this is her better event. She has a real chance. She's best number 4 in the world this year.
Enemy has been slain.
Lena Irby. She will probably go to Tokyo in the relay pool for the 4x4, having finished 6th in that event. She was the NCAA 400 champion 3 years ago while at Georgia. She has since turned pro and giving it a shot at 200 meters as well, where she's definitely a threat.
There's Tiana Daniels out wide in lane 9. Top 2 go through, and there are 5 heats of the women's 200 meters.
Look at Sturgis, second from the outside. She always runs good turns, but so is Tiana Daniels, and she will come off the turn with a lead.
Lena Irby all in blue on the far right on the inside. Cambria Sturgis and Tiana Daniels. Sturgis, the collegiate star, wins this first heat over Tiana Daniels.
That might be a personal best for Daniels. Sturgis looking the way she looked when she won the NCAA 200-meter title. Good turn, really good straightaway.
Yeah, really close to a personal best. Only 400s off for Tiana Daniels, but Sturgis looked really good. Ironically, though, she could have backed off. This is just
ally has been slain.
And she's had so many races in her leg from the NCAAs.
An ally has been slain.
I felt like there was a little bit of inexperience there for her to push it that hard in the first round. Tiana Daniels kind of seemed to back off a bit, which is the better way to run the first round.
An enemy has been slain.
For mental, just to win this race, to feel good about the fact that, hey, I'm the NCAA champ, and I'm here to win every time I step on the track, and you see her really going for it in the final 50 of this race.
And Tiana ran this race the way you have to run when you're on the outside. I don't want to see anybody until the straightaway, if at all. But Sturgis, I think, had the measure of her. And this is, you know, it confirms the brilliance of Edric Floreal, because coming into this race, Tiana Daniels had run 23:22. That was, I mean, she's behind high schoolers, but immediately, first round, almost a personal best, and she's on to the semifinal round along with Sturgis automatically.
Addo, you know what she calls herself? A gamer.
She is. That's why she's made the last 2 U.S. teams.
So, qualifying for the semi-finals, Cambria Sturgis, Tiana Daniels. Let's get a field update. Here's Paul Swangard.
Thanks very much, Lee. It's a very busy day for this day number 5 of the trials. One final coming up later tonight. They're qualifying in the women's shot put earlier in the day. This is Maggie Ewan, facing U.S. champion, the Minnesota native. Top U.S. finisher at the World Championships in 2019. Moves on easily to the final 61, 7.5. Joining her in the final will be Jessica Ramsey, was an All-American collegiately at Western Kentucky. Took just one throw today, and that put of 61 feet 9 inches. She dances her way into the final. And how about Raven Saunders, sporting a Joker mask, but was all business. Best throw in the prelims coming up here. All the marks in qualifying rounds are erased as the final will get underway with 12 women at about 90 minutes. Lee?
So much going on here at Haywood Field, and so many great marks being met. We'll continue with 200-meter action onto the second heat of 5. And the rules are top 2 in each heat go through, and then the next 6 fastest times. So we will let you know about that at the end of the 5. Heat 2 is looking good. In this heat, lane 4, Desiree Bryant.
The U.S. champion in this event in 2019. She then went to the World Championships where she finished in 4th. I guarantee you that she is going to run one of the better turns in this field. She's phenomenal on the turn. That's why she runs that.
An enemy has been slain.
Tamari Davis was a late withdrawal in this. That's why lane 5 is open. Velma Davies is on the extreme inside in 3.
Here's battle in lane 6.
An enemy has been slain.
Only 4 Americans have run faster, coming off of her senior year at Ohio State. She didn't get out of the heats in this event in the 100, but this is her better event. She has run 22:28. That's the kind of time where if she comes here and starts setting some personal best, she's going to be a threat to make that team.
Desiree Bryant, 2019, she was the U.S. champion at 200 meters. And Aldo, you talk about her turn. It is always blistering. She gets out the blocks well. Even in the 100 to 60 meters, she usually leads. But she's able to really hold it in the 200, usually really impressive in this event.
And she is the answer to the question, can short women run really good 200 meters? She is 5 feet, maybe an inch. She's as good
enemy
as
has
anybody
been
else on the
slain.
Personal best 22:18.
The 2021 ACC 200-meter champ Elfrida Steele out wide in lane 8. Here comes Desiree Bryant in the middle.
Woo, she came out of those blocks low, and she will come off the turn with a meter lead.
Anavia Battle on the outside of her, and Battle is going to take it to the line over Desiree Bryant in a fine run.
That was a comfortable win for Battle. She ran a decent turn and came off the final 100, looked really strong, very close to a lifetime best for her as well in the first round. These are the Olympic trials. People show up, and this stadium and this track is fast. The crowd is right on you. It's a good place for you to come out and run really well, and she looked completely in control, although Bryant came off the turn in front of her. She wasn't rattled. She just stuck to her race strategy and looked, and she's not even breathing hard, Otto.
Yeah, so Battle is third from the outside. When you put forth this sort of effort and you're within a 1/10 of your personal best, that's an indication of somebody ready to set personal best as the rounds go on. That is very comfortable to run 22.37 and advance with Bryant into the semifinal round. You see Bryant on the right working a lot harder. Battle, ready for battle in these 200-meter rounds.
Navia Battle, the 22-year-old from Michigan. She won the 2021 Big Ten Championship in both the 100 and 200, and she wins this second heat of the women's 200 here at the Olympic trials. So, Tiana Daniels, Cambria Sturgis, Anavia Battle, and Desiree Bryant are the first 4 women through to the semi-finals of the women's 200. And we're only just getting going. That's 2 of 5 heats. Winera Hayes, winner in the 400 hiccup on the airlines. Women's 200-meter action continues. And it's heat 3 up next. Heat 3 of 5, by the way. A lot of heats here. You will see the winner of the 400-meter final, Winera Hayes. Thrilled to be off to Tokyo. And, you know, there's been so many stories during the global pandemic. Winera Hayes has one as well. That is that her son, Demetrius, went to visit the grandparents in the Bahamas, and there was a hiccup with travel, and Winera was separated from her son for 4 months, as any parent as I am, will tell you that must have been excruciating.
An ally has been
Demetrius, who was the
slain.
star of one of our shows,
An enemy has
after
been
the 400
slain.
meter final for women, got on the track with Alison Felix's daughter Cameron. It was a wonderful family moment, but now, Sonia, it's time to get back to work.
That's right, and there's nothing like winning your favorite event first, and she's already on the team in the 400, and now she has a shot to make the team in another individual event. But I'll tell you, this double is not easy. You feel good in the first round, feel good in the second round, but then you really start to feel it in the final. So she'll really need to conserve energy if she wants to have a shot at making the team in the 200 as well.
Quinera has just two athletes inside her, Angie Anellis and Alexa Rossum, in lanes 4 and 3. In lane 7 is Jenna Prandini.
And I think her confidence will be buoyed by getting that 4th place in the 100 meters last Saturday. This is her better event. She's number 5 in the U.S. with the withdrawal of Sha'Carri Richardson from these rounds. She made the Olympic team in 2016. You'll remember a spectacular dive kept Alison Felix off the 200-meter team 5 years ago to go to Rio. And I think she's going to start to set season's best here. She's run 22:43 this year, but as I said, when you do well in the 100 and this is your better event, you feel like, hey, now I'm ready to run a really fast 200.
That's right, and she's in her home stadium. She too, one of the ducks that came out of this amazing program.
She's also a long jumper, although you don't see her long jump anymore, right? So she was the NCAA champion for Oregon back in 2015. And twice she was an NCAA champion in the long jump, and then she turned pro and said, okay, I'm going to do the 100 and the 200 with the focus on the 200, no more long jump. But we'll learn a lot now about how much Quinera Hayes, the 400-meter trial champion, has left in the tank. She's in lane 6, Prandini in 7.
Let's not forget about lane 8 either. Brittany Brown,
the silver medalist from the World Championships.
Here we go, heat 3 of the women's 200. Quinera Hayes in blue and green right in the center of your screen.
And Jenna Prandini, like Otto mentioned, ran so well in the 100, and she's using that speed. This is the best I've seen her look in a long time. She's dominant, she's in control. This is how she looked when she ran for Oregon. Great start for her.
Jenna Prandini with the win of heat 3, and comfortably so in 22:15 over Brittany Brown.
That's a personal best for Jenna Prandini. She stopped running in the last 50. So, as I said before the race, when you run a good 100 and you come into this race and this is your better event, you have all the confidence in the world. Did you relax, or was it just me?
Ally has been slain.
So there's Jenna Prandini in underneath the spot. And Sonia, she just came
It blinked to a tower.
She's one of those athletes who many people would want to do great things at the professional level, and she's always been just
I blinked at him, and it blinked to me.
Prandini, many of us expected after her collegiate success at this
Kind of
event.
sick of this game,
She
like
has
doing
gone
shit
to
like
the
that.
Olympics, she's gone to the World Championships,
I blinked to him, and
she's
it blinks to a
never
tower.
made
Like,
a
I blinked to him, and it
final.
blinks to
Those
a
days are
minion.
over
Then
because
I get
Jenna
stuck in the
Prandini
tower.
has timed her season
blink when I
perfectly in 2021. That was impressive.
So Jenna Prandini, Brittany Brown, Quinera Hayes finished 3rd. So Quinera will need to rely on her time because it's the top 2 from each of the 5 heats that immediately get qualified for the semi-finals. Hence the cue on the graphic there for Jenna Prandini, Brittany Brown. And we'll keep an eye on those times with 2 more heats to score time. And in this 4th heat, lane 7, Gabby Thomas.
One of my favorite youngsters. She made it in the 100-meter final, finished 5th, so she will be in the relay pool. This is her better event. Harvard grad, now trains in Austin with a stellar group of young ladies. She's in grad school studying epidemiology in her off time. And when I talk to her coach, she says sometimes she forgets that this young lady is in grad school because she balances all so well.
Gabby's up against Kyra Jefferson in lane 3, Asia Chandler, coming off her junior season at Cincinnati, Maya McCoy, and Kennedy Flannel on the far outside in lane 8.
Here's Kyra Jefferson, 4 years of
Enemy
on this
tower
track,
destroyed.
running the opposite way towards the Bowerman Tower. She had the race of her life to break a 28-year-old collegiate record. She hasn't been able to match that sort of form as a pro, but I think she will have figured out her season, and I expect her to run very well here out of lane 3.
Enemy
Gabby Thomas
has been slain.
in lane 7 on the outside.
And what makes Gabby so dangerous, too, is that she's been running well at 400 meters as well. So you put the 100, 200, and 400, she gave herself all the options. I think she's going to do really
Enemy
well
has
with
been
200 here.
slain.
I have her picked in my top 3 to actually make the team. She's been running that.
It's heat 4 of the women's 200 meters, and second from the left is Gabby Thomas, the favorite in this heat.
Gosh, she ran a great first 50, and now hit the reward for it as you come off the turn with a lead. Sonia talked about her strength lead. Nobody's going to pass her late.
On her outside is Flannel, and Flannel's
Enemy
looking
has
to
been
make it.
slain.
She'll go straight through to the semis. Gabby Thomas wins. Flannel second, and it was Kyra Jefferson in lane 3 in third. She'll need to rely on her time, but Gabby Thomas pleased with that run.
As she should be. She almost set a personal best by 0.2 of a second. In fact, she's the first woman in the world under 22 seconds. So, hello, Tina Asher-Smith of Great Britain. Hello, Shawnee Miller-Weibo of Bahamas. Waiting in Tokyo. We expect them to be, but Gabby looked great in the first 50, Sonia, and then you talked about her strength. She's been running those quarter miles.
22 flat is that barrier that all 200-meter women hope to break, and to do it in the first round at the Olympic trials, she is working, but she still has a lot left in the tank. 21.98, a really great indicator for what she has in store.
Hey, Addo, I can hear people at home saying we've seen 2 heats and 2 very impressive times. What's the wind reading?
The wind for all of these races has been legal, the highest being Jenna Prandini's, which was a 1.9. But all the winds have been legal, and these women have been taking advantage of it. Personal best for Thomas and Prandini.
So Thomas and Flannel auto qualify for the women's 200 meter semifinals, and I can tell you that with her time, Quinera Hayes has already qualified for the semifinal as well. Time to say hello to Lewis Johnson. Hey, Lou.
Hey, Tiff. So, Gabby, just give us a sense of this race and just your overall experience so far at these trials.
I'm feeling really good. I went outside my comfort zone, competed in the 100, and I'm feeling really confident after my performance in that event. So I'm really excited to see what I can do in this 200.
And we are as well. And we all want to know, how in the world do you balance out all the academic endeavors, working on your masters, as well as this high-level running to make the Olympic team?
I love everything I'm doing, so I just got to figure that out.
Enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
21.98
ally has
for
been
Gabby
slain.
Thomas. And that's 4 down, 1 to go as far as the heats for the women's 200. As we promised you, here is Allyson Felix, the 9-time Olympic medalist, 6 of them gold. She's heading to Tokyo, and she's going to achieve a dream, and that dream is performing for her daughter Cameron. And Cameron's old enough now. There's Cammy. Cameron's old enough now that she'll remember this. She'll remember Mummy at the Olympics.
And she'll remember that her mother ran a storming last 50 to put herself on the team and get second. And you see her shoes there. Jay-Z had a line talking about playing for the team he owns. I think it's the first time that we've had an athlete in track and field running in a brand that they own. That brand launched this week. So Allyson Felix, it's good to be Allyson Felix this week. Your 5th Olympic team, and you're running
Enemy
in shoes
tower
that you
destroyed.
designed, the company that you own.
An ally has been slain.
And it's a good feeling when you know that you've already made the team. Obviously, this is Allyson, has been Allyson's better event for the majority of her career. But she's already on the team, already headed to Tokyo. So for her, this is icing on the cake. Gives her the option to be able to double in Tokyo or to focus on one or the other. So she's in a really good position here. And she'll be able to just have fun. There won't be the pressure of having to make her 5th team anymore. That's gone.
And the 400-meter team for the United States was the easier team to make. This is a much harder task for Allyson Felix to make this 200-meter team. But I think her coach, Bobby Kersey, is thinking, if we make the 400-meter team and the 200-meter team, then we can make a decision. If she doesn't make the team in the 200, obviously she'll go only in the 400 and obviously in the 4x4. But by running the 200 here, she gives herself some options.
Enemy tower destroyed.
The schedule will not allow a 200-meter
ally has been slain,
male or female, in Tokyo.
Yeah, back here.
home, away from the group, there are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents. Mother may have other opinions of what looks best, but of course, Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
What? Bro. Why does it take 20 minutes for my shit to come off cooldown, bro? Like, come on.
An enemy has been slain.
If he's not treated right, he's even programmed to die.
All right, well, Allison, good news. You have advanced to the semifinals, and you just made your 5th Olympic team on Sunday. How did the legs you're running respond in this 200?
A little rusty, trying to just get them turning over and
An ally has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed.
Top two will go through. Allison Felix second from your right. And that's encouraging to see Allison Felix hanging on to these youngsters because we know that her damage is going to be done in this second half. Nice job in the center of your screen. Morlakea Kinnison and then Allison Felix. But it's Clark with the win in a 22:44. So Allison Felix will not be automatically qualified. It's always a danger. Top two in each heat. And then the next 6 fastest. But I think Allison is thinking.
Enemy has been slain.
And like you said, I mean, for her, this was always going to be the tougher team to make, and that's why she really focused on the 400. Taylor Clark ran really well, and Morlakea Kinnison, who has always been great at 100 meters, and she's a decent 200-meter runner as well. So those two will cross the finish line first, but it looks like Allison Felix will be in the semifinals.
Yes.
Hospital? Or what happened?
To go again, Addo, we were talking a lot there about 100 metres, either the men or the women. We're going to see both tonight. Gary Richardson ran very well
An
last night.
ally has been slain.
We're going to see the men on track.
Undefeated for the entire season at 100 meters. World leader at 100 meters. He takes his
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Dominated. She has 2 more steps if she wants to be on that team.
Double kill.
In the women's 400 metres, Son, we saw Alison Felix not only run, but win. What impressed you most about her run?
She looks completely in control, and one of the greatest athletes of all time is confident like that. It's lights out for the competition. I spoke to her camp. She's feeling really good. She's been in many semifinals. She'll know exactly what to do, and she's setting herself up to make her 5th Olympic team.
You also see women's 1,500 metres in action
An
here
allied
tonight,
tower
Karen.
is under
The
attack.
greatest American female miler is Jenny Simpson. I know you won't be surprised at home to hear us say that she is in the field, but she's going to be pressured by this emerging group of younger talent. Who is that group?
You know, it's led by Ellie Prayer St. Pierre. She set 2 American records in the last year and a half. She has the fastest time of all the entrants, and she looks poised to move on to the final in the Olympic Games.
Yeah, she said yesterday she just did what she had to do to get through. She looked very confident and in control. So we'll see Ellie and many more 1,500 metre competitors a little later on the menu here from Haywood today on day 2. But for now on track, it is women's 100 metre hurdles. The prelims, we're going to get them going right now. And the top 3 in each heat will go through. And Addo, look who's here. Kenny Harrison, the world record holder.
Kenny Harrison. Here's what's happened to her over the last 5 years.
Tower is under
6th
attack.
at the Olympic trials in 2016. She did not qualify for the Olympics. 2 weeks later, she goes to London and sets the existing world record at 12:20. And then, 2 years ago at the Doha World Championships, her very first World Outdoor medal. So one of my favorite quotes, Lee, from the last Olympic trials was from U.S. distance runner Brenda Martinez. She said, "The track does not care about your feelings. You have to move on." And that's what Kenny Harrison did in 2016. But now she's trying to make her very first Olympic team.
She said the fact that she missed is that fire, the fuel to keep that fire burning. Dawn Harper Nelson is here, the Olympic gold medalist. Her family is watching on as well, as is the case with so many athletes. Trials is big time, and that family support so far and means so much. But there's the full field for you.
An ally has been slain.
And you'll see
an enemy has been slain.
Give him his full 3 kills, bro.
Yellow
Damn.
spikes. Sharika Nelvis.
Sharika Nelvis is
Double
two-time U.S.
kill.
indoor champion. She was 5th
Triple kill.
at the last Olympic trials, but she has made world championship teams in the past, including in 2015. Arkansas State All-American.
So Nelvis in 1, Kenny Harrison in 2, Dawn Harper Nelson in 4. First of the
An
women's
ally
100
has been
meters,
slain.
And Kenny Harrison in lane 2.
An enemy
Gets up
has
to a
been
beautiful
slain.
start. Nelvis is trying to go with her. Kenny Harrison clearly has this field covered. And what a wonderful heat win for Kenny Harrison, the world record holder, 12.50.
That's a good opening time for the world record holder. And you see the separation that she put between herself and the rest of this field. When you come back to a place, Lee, where you have previously failed, you want to make sure that every single round is perfection. And Kenny
Enemy
Harrison
inhibitor
looked
destroyed.
just about perfect from out here in lane 2. She had some company from Nelvis early, but through the middle of the race, she is just so fast in between the hurdles and getting that lead back leg snapped back down to the track. That propels you forward, and that puts distance between you and the rest of this field.
Kenny said she used the pandemic to good use, but by working not on her hurdling, on her sprinting.
And all the women in this event have to be good sprinters as well. Kenny is an above-average sprinter, and she's on to the next round.
Right on the line, you may have noticed that Grace Stark snuck in there to edge Sharika Nelvis, but the top three, go through to the semi-finals. It's time to say hello to Lewis Johnson. Lewis is with Kenny.
Hello, Lee, to the Roars here at Hayward Field. Kenny, a great start for you. When you arrived at Hayward Field today, what were you thinking about before this first run?
You know, come out here and do what I always do. Run, compete, and do the best I can.
And you did that, and so with this win, the sharp time, how does it set you up for the semifinal?
It sets me up really well. You know, my rhythm's there, my speed's there. Got to clean my technique up at the end, but I'm just really looking forward to the next opportunity.
All right. Congrats on a great start.
Thank you.
All right. Also on guard, over to you.
Thanks very much, Lewis. The roars of the crowd today, maybe bettered by what we saw last night.
An enemy has been slain.
Imagine him from a local product, Ryan Fraser, on his fourth round through the architects of the Avenger sector. He said in practice all
An enemy
he
has
throw it
been
well,
slain.
And he knew when he released that 16-pound ball, it was a good throw. Broke the previous record by 10 inches. Got to do it in front of the Hayward Field crowd.
An enemy has been slain.
2 weeks training and regrouping for that Olympics in Tokyo. But it is all about throwing this first weekend. We talked world record yesterday. How about maybe an American record holder pursuit in the discus throw? Valerie Allman, who broke the previous American record during the pandemic in qualifying, just 6 inches shy of her previous American record. She has a background in dance, and she danced her way out of the circle pretty happy and confident in the lone final today in the field events. Lee?
There's been some amazing accomplishments here already. We're only on at the beginning of day 2 of 8 days of coverage. Let's keep it going in the women's 100-meter hurdles in lane 4. Christina Clemens.
Such great indoor credentials. She's trying to get the medal her husband, Kyle Clemens, has. Olympic gold by making her first team. She has made World Championship teams. You see that graphic there, 5th at the 2017 World Championships in this event.
Tarika Robinson right in the center there, alongside Christina Clemens in lane 5, and it is a full
Enemy inhibitor destroyed.
second heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles. In lane 3,
An enemy has been slain.
She made the team in the 400-meter hurdles.
Double kill.
Member of the team in 2008, and then in Rio, that's the Olympics she will never forget. Her now husband proposed to her after winning the silver in the triple jump.
Enemy has been slain.
What great memories. And Will is competing here at the trials as well, and Will has been very forward about saying, I will stop in the middle of my competition to watch my wife compete if that is the case. Well, your wife is about to compete right now, Will. Second heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles.
If he's not treated right,
So she'll start at 3.
Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain.
Here she's in lane 4.
Top 3 advance to the semis, and then the next best 4 fastest times.
Play has a season's best. That indicates that she will have to set another one if she's going to be an automatic qualifier out of this heat. On the right of this race, there are quite a few women that have run very fast this year.
Good night.
So she'll start in lane 3.
Now, Will, second heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles.
So she'll start in lane 3 next to Christina Clemens. Only 3 women have run faster than Clemens in this event in 2021 among Americans. So she will be the favorite here. She's in lane 4.
Top 3 advance to the semis, and then the next best 4 fastest times.
Clay has a season's best. That indicates that she will have to set another one if she's going to be an automatic qualifier
good job, Al.
out of this heat. On the right of this race, there are quite a few women that have run very fast this year.
Queen Clay in that bright pink top. Christina Clemens alongside Clemens, clearly out fast. Robinson alongside her running well. Out wide, Talia Brooks is doing also well. Also, she's pushing Brooks to the line. It's close between Christina Clemens and Talia Brooks.
Not quite as fast as we saw Kenny Harrison run, but I think Queen Clay did get the season's best that she's going to need to advance. Talia Brooks is your winner. But what did Queen did
Christina
last this year?
Queen Clay in that bright pink top. Christina Clemens alongside Clemens, clearly out fast. Robinson alongside her running well. Out wide, Talia Brooks is doing also well. Also, she's pushing Brooks to the line. It's close between Christina Clemens and Talia Brooks.
Good job.
Kenny Harrison run, but
See,
I think
told you you'd get it
Clay
back.
did get the season's best that she's going to need to advance. Talia Brooks is your winner. But what did Queen run?
Would you like to do
I think
another?
they're taking a little extra time to look at that.
And that usually means that there's a lean for third, because remember, only the top 3 are automatically qualified through to the semifinal round. So it is Queen Clay that gets the 3rd automatic spot. Here's Talia Brooks. She
Yeah, everyone
was
did
in
well.
lane 7. Clemens got out well, 3 lanes to her left, but those 2 led everyone else over those last 4 hurdles. And Brooks actually had a nice close to get to the line first.
Boy, that was so close. 2 1,000ths of a second is what got Queen Clay that automatic qualification. Look, right there. And here's the reaction from Queen when she finally finds out, I made it, I'm going through to the semis.
And remember, I said this is why they were taking so long to decide who was in 3rd. They had to look at the photo finish to decide that Queen Clay was the 3rd and final automatic qualifier out of this 2nd heat.
So that was a relief. And you see it there between Clay and Robinson, 12.93. It did go back to the 1,000th of a second to decide that automatic qualification. Good win from Talia Brooks. Top 3 go through. We'll continue. Next heat in the women's 100 hurdles.
You're
Up
telling
next.
us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
You're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that short business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow.
Just in case we fail to recognize one another after all these years.
Please, allow me
Much sorrow comes from women who know not honor and truth.
I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
Field Trials is brought to you by Consumer Cellular, premium wireless for less. By Geico, save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. Tracksmith, the world's best running apparel. And by weather for these trials for the Tokyo Games. Welcome back. Lee Diffiato Bolden with you. Lewis Johnson talking to the athletes on the field. And this is Heat 3 in the women's 100-meter hurdles. There's only one Olympian in this field, Addo, and it's Christy Caslin. She starts in lane 7.
The United States created history by sweeping this event at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games, and this was the young lady that got the bronze medal. In fact, she had to pass somebody for that third spot within the last 10 meters. But she has not been having that kind of a year this year, so she will have to summon something from yesteryear to get out of this first round heat.
A couple of lanes inside her is Amber Hughes in lane 5. She is determined to try and make the team. It is going to be tough because, as you know, the landscape in US women's hurdling is tough. It is stacked, and the talent runs deep. Case in point, Anna Cockrell in lane 4.
We just showed Queen Clay. Well, Anna Cockrell just emulated Queen Clay by winning the 100 hurdles and the 400 hurdles at the NCAA Championships. Only 2 women have run faster at this meet than Anna Cockrell. She just turned pro at this
The 23-year-old from Charlotte, North Carolina. There's Peyton Chadwick. She is in the middle. She's right there in lane 6. Inside Christy Caslin alongside Amber Hughes. As a top 3 is the magic number.
Tower is under attack.
Paying close attention to some of these collegians, especially the ones that have run multiple events. That meet was last weekend, so some of them may be feeling fatigued from having run all of those rounds 1 week ago.
See hit number 3 there, that's Destiny Human. She is the 2021 Big Ten champion in the 100 hurdles. So talent everywhere, whether experienced or young collegians.
Cockrell is good enough to be able to make the Olympic team in both of these events. That would be impressive.
Third heat of the women's 100 hurdles. Who got out to a great start? Aaliyah Armstrong in lane 8 most certainly did. Now here comes Anna Cockrell. She's being pushed up on the inside by Jones. And Sophie Cuban. Wow! 3 vying for the win. No worries about those.
An enemy has been slain.
That was close.
An enemy has been slain.
Kenny Harrison gets the line. These women were running as though this was the final. Leading, straining, surviving it, right?
Yeah.
Your job is to be in the top 3. Otherwise, nothing else matters. So there's Chadwick on the right, Cockrell on the left. Cockrell has been given the decision 12:63 for the win. Chadwick is also safely through with 12:66 in third. And Jones second at 12:64. Christy Caslin, 12:88. So here's a look at the NCAA double champion, Cockrell. Look at the lead that Aaliyah Armstrong had on the left.
An ally has been slain.
Now Cockrell gets into her running. And she had a really good 5 hurdles. That got her to the line in first, and she is safely through to the semifinals.
Christy Casper will have to rely on her time. She came across the line in the top 5, as the results will tell you. But it's Cockrell, Jones, and Chadwick going through to the semi-finals. Remember, it's the next 4 fastest
An ally
times
has been slain.
that will help you try and get through to the semi-finals. There's just one heat
ally
to
has
come.
been
Here's Paul
slain.
Swangard with a field events update. Paul?
Thanks very much, Lee. We'll turn our attention to the multi-events as we have the first of 2 days of competition in the decathlon for the men. 10 disciplines over those 2 days. Running, jumping, and throwing determine the best athlete in the world. The day starts with the 100 meters. Garrett Scanling was 4th at the Olympic trials back in 2016 out of Jacksonville, Florida, there in lane number 3. Really not about beating people in a race as much as your time as it relates to the points you can garner on the points table. And he did his job in that first event. 10:53 was a new lifetime best and garnered the second best point total in that first event. Moved on to the interior of the field. Double Z's
An enemy has been slain.
Stand up, the University of Wisconsin finished 7th at the Olympic Games in Rio. Got in a rhythm, a little breezy in the second day with a tailwind. This was a wind-aided effort. Would have been his lifetime best had it been wind legal, but it still gave him 995 points. The crowd on hand to follow the events. They love the decathlon here. Actually, Eaton helped a lot because of his roots to Oregon here, as the decathlon shot put made it 3 events underway. Scantlin back and releases the best effort in that competition, 52.5. So strengthening his spot in the standings. He had the lead after 3 events. And then moving to the 4th event, you know, Otto talked about collegians and fatigue. We'll watch this story evolve for the next couple of days. Kyle Garland, the SEC champion of Georgia, decided not to compete in the decathlon last week at the NCAA championships here. And so far today, 3 lifetime bests and a season's best in his high jump competition, and now he is up at the top of the standings. And with him now after 4 events,
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Catching a little breather before you get to that event for today. You're having a tremendous first day. Why are things going so great for you?
You know, man, I think it's just I'm trusting my coach. I mean, I know that I've been in the position to be able to do something like this. I mean, I haven't competed in the decathlon prior to today in about 3 years or so. So, I mean, my body just feels really fresh. I made a pretty tough decision, but the right decision to surpass the NCAA meet and come out here and give it my all. I mean, I believe that I have a really good shot to make this Olympic team this year, even though I'm 21 years old, and I want to put all my eggs in this basket.
Well, you got one more event today, the 400. What do you need out of that? And then, of course, get some rest and come back here for the
I think I just need to stay consistent. I don't need to do anything that's too much out of my wheelhouse. I mean, last competition this year, I ran 50.4. I mean, if I stay around that, all of my other events have been...
An enemy has been slain.
Where I was at last competition, I mean, I think I'm right on pace to get this Olympic standard and be top 3 after 2 days.
An enemy has been slain.
You got it. Lee?
Hey, Lewis, what's the old adage? Love it when a plan comes together. Decide not to do the NCAAs. Save your energy, and it's all coming to plan and going to plan for right now. 4th and final heat of the women's 100 meters hurdles here right now. And Brianna McNeil, of course, being the Olympic champion, is a story. But there's more to this. Earlier this month, McNeil received a 5-year suspension from the Athletics Integrity Unit for tampering with
ally has been slain.
process. McNeil appealed the decision to the Court of Arbitration for Sport and was granted
An ally has been slain.
to compete here at the trials while that appeal is ongoing. Cass has said it will hear her appeal before the Tokyo Games. Now, because of the unique circumstances, whenever McNeil advances to a subsequent round, USATF will also advance an additional runner should her appeal be denied and she be unable to run in Tokyo. There's more to her story, and this definitely takes a somber tone. McNeil is also dealing with a family tragedy after her younger brother died in
An enemy has been slain.
So much is weighing on the Olympic champion as she prepares right here, right now in Eugene. She is joined in this heat was Tia Jones. She was meant to be there. But in lane 5 is Tania Marshall.
No American has run faster this year, but there are some injury concerns after she tore her hamstring last weekend in 4x1 and did not run this event at the NCAA Championship. Gabby Cunningham will be in lane 7. She is coached by Alan Johnson, the multiple-time world champion and the 1996 Olympic champion at 110 hurdles.
And Gabby won the indoor championship last year in the 60-meter hurdles.
Olympic champion in lane 1. Fastest American in lane 5, Tania Marshall.
McNeil all the way on the inside in blue and green. Gets off to a tremendous start. Oh, there is a hurdler down. I think that may have been Jasmine Jones. Meanwhile, Brianna McNeil wins her heat. And quite comfortably so. At a time of 12:51. Not the fastest heat we've seen here this
Ally
evening
has been slain.
in Haywood Field. But Brianna McNeil has done everything she needs to do.
That was an amazing opening heat. I think equally good as Kenny Harrison, but you see the disappointment on the face of Jones. She clobbered a hurdle and did not survive her opening round heat. So Cunningham is safely through. She got second. We know McNeil was first across the line. And Tania Marshall, the fastest American this year, hung on for third.
Jasmine Jones being helped.
Ally has been slain.
This is what happened to her. Look to the left.
So McNeil is in 1. And Jones is in 6. But wow, she took a hard tumble. And some of the worst falls we see in the sport league are in this event.
She stumbled. If you look closely, she stumbled before she got to the hurdle. Watch. That's the first one. This is where she stumbles here.
Oh, man. And listen, this happens to them all. It happens to 100-meter hurdlers in practice. It happens in meets. We saw the Drake relays where Kenny Harrison, the world record holder, had a similar situation at hurdle 1. So tough break there for Jasmine Jones, the USC freshman. She'll be back. She's young. Just 19 years of age, but the Olympic champion survives and advances.
As we mentioned, did what she needed to do. As Jasmine Jones is assisted from the track. Unfortunately, she doesn't feature where she would like to in the results of this 4th and final heat. Brianna McNeil, Gabby Cunningham, and Tania Marshall go through.
An enemy has been slain.
The semi-finals of the women's 100-meter hurdles. Speaking of 100 meters, it's the flat 100 for the men. When we come back, and you'll see Trayvon Bromell, fastest in the world in 2021.
Enemy tower
one of the
destroyed.
Ever. And you'll also see Noah Lyles doing the double 100, 200. You'll see him at the shorter distance next.
That's what it says. Everybody home.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
There are other aspects of adolescent behavior that are annoying to parents. Mother may have other opinions of what looks best, but of course, Mother has old-fashioned ideas.
ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
If he's not treated right, he's even programmed
An
to
allied
die.
tower is under attack.
First one was very funny. Looking forward to the second one as well. As we welcome you back to Hayward Field, the new Hayward Field. This is the biggest event that it has hosted to date. It is fantastic. Hey, most venues would love just to have the practice track as their main one, and that's where we find our Sonia Richards-Ross. Son? We'll get back to Sonia in a moment. I think there might be just some slight audio challenges there, but we'll get back to Sonia in just a moment. As we promised you when we went to the break, the men's 100 meters. First heat. And let's pick up Isaiah Young in lane 1. And Addo, this guy is the kind of guy who can spring a surprise from time to time.
There's no question about that. This race features two guys whose better event is the 200, but they're running very well this year. Isaiah Young made the Olympic team in 2012 and made it to the semifinals at the London 2012.
An enemy has been slain.
Look a little further over to lane 4.
Ally has
You'll
been
find
slain.
Trayvon Gillespie, the 2019 world champion in the 4x100 meter.
Enemy has been slain.
So he'll get a nice ovation here.
An ally has been slain.
Gillespie has already seen his training partner Michael Cherry qualify through in the 400.
Double kill. Tower destroyed.
So 7 lanes filled, and in lane 6, we'll find the youngster, the 22-year-old from Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
An enemy has
Kenny
been
Benerick.
slain.
Another guy better at 200. He's
Enemy
number
tower
2
destroyed.
at 200 this year, but running well enough to be a factor in the 100. He has a circuitous route to the Olympic trials. He was a junior college star. He can run a very good 400 as well. You know, a lot of sprinters hate that.
What are the rules for advancing? What are the circumstances? Pretty simple. Top 3. Top 3 from each of the 4 heats go through. By the way, semis and the final are tomorrow night right here at Hayward. You'll see them on NBC Sports. Young is the only one in this race who knows what it's like to be an Olympian. Started not happy.
Yes.
And you heard that tone that we heard yesterday? That tone sounds in the starter's ear. If the computerized starting system has determined that somebody has reacted faster than 0.1 of a second, that's the threshold. So let's see if we see any movement anywhere here. I didn't see anything.
Me neither.
So I think we're looking at a green flag. Yeah, and there's a green card, I should say. Telling everybody, okay, just reset. This may be something as small sometimes as somebody flinching a little bit just before the gun, and that's enough to trigger that tone. So what the starter will do is, that's a veteran move, see? Take your time, walk back. They can't run the race without you, right? So take your time and walk back. The starter will warn everybody. Gentlemen, come up and at the set command, hold steady.
That's Isaiah Young taking his time. 31-year-old from Junction City, Kansas. The 2013 US 100-meter champ. He's like, yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there when I'm ready.
But that's what you're supposed to do. The younger kids don't know this. The older guys, like Young, know they are not going to shoot the gun until everybody is in their boats. So even if I'm the last one, that's okay. Take your time.
Kenny Benerick didn't look too pleased with something. Arms were out, saying, what was that all about?
Well, see, he's 22. He's like, hey, let's get the race going. Other guys have a different
An ally has been slain.
Easy to identify with that.
Enemy has been slain.
They don't recognize one another after all these years.
pretty good right in the middle. He most certainly is. Isaiah Young on the inside, and here it comes. Bednarik. It looked like Cravon Gillespie had it, but Bednarik comes on right at the very end.
And look at the 200-meter guy saying, hey, this isn't even my good event. And we looked really good. 10:07, the win minimum in their 0.3 on the gate. And these two are safely through. Young and Bednarik. Bednarik got the win. Young is over here on the right of your screen. He got a nice start.
So too did Cravon Gillespie.
And with that lead that he built, he just had to hang on. Don't do anything else. You have the lead, maintain what you have. Gillespie up for third in 10:20. I don't know how pleased his coach John Smith will be with a 10:20 opening round. I would expect him to be running a little faster, but the most important thing is you're top three, you're on to the semifinal round.
Tight actually between Gillespie and Charleston over that third and final qualifying spot. So Bednarik, Young and Gillespie, they go through to the semis tomorrow night. Lewis?
All right, he's examining those times really close to see how he looked. How did you feel coming up the last 20 meters of the race?
Oh, I felt fine. I felt very good. Just had to be patient with my race and my start. It was easy, smooth 10-0 right there.
All right, good stuff. We'll see you in the next round.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Paul Swangard.
Thanks very much, Lewis. Let's squeeze in an update in the qualifying in the men's pole vault. 24 men starting the day.
I know it sounds silly,
Trying to
dear,
pare it down
but
to
do it
12 for the
please.
final. Sam Kendrick's middle of picture. Not in a science fiction movie, but if we take you back 5 years now to qualifying in the Rio Olympic Games in the midst of a national anthem.
An ally has been slain.
There for the first
Double
attempt
kill.
in the U.S. Army Reserve, and twice he has gone to the World Championship, and twice in 2017 and in 2019 has come home a world champion. Getting underway in his second height of the day, makes the
Ally has been slain.
over 18 feet high and sails above it as they are trying to tear down this field to 12 for the finals of the men's pole vault. A reminder for all of our field event fans, every jump and every throw available to you online on NBCOlympics.com and the NBC Sports app. That's an update from the pole vault. Now back to it.
Let's keep rolling forward with the men's 100-meter heats. And let's go to heat number 2. Top 3, the magic number. You've got to be in there not to have to rely on your time. That's the automatic qualification if you're in the top 3. Somebody who knows what it's like to be in the top 3 so many times in his career is the veteran. At the age of 39, he wants to go around one more time so his son can see him at the Olympic Games. It's Justin Gatlin.
He was the Olympic 100-meter champion back in 2004. Since then, he has had an amazing
enemy
career,
has been
including
slain.
his last world title, which was in 2017. You'll remember
An
that
ally has
Usain
been
Bolt's
slain.
last appearance on a 100-meter stage. And he got the
An
better of
enemy
him.
has been slain.
So how about coming to the trials, being the fastest man in the world in 2021? That's the story for Trayvon Bromell.
An enemy has been slain.
From what seemed the brink. 2015 World Championship bronze.
An ally has been slain.
Won the world indoor 60-meter title the year after, and then Rio was a disaster. Injured, he then had
Double
2 knee
kill.
surgeries and did not race between June 2017 and 2019. Lots of folks thought he was done for, but then this year, 977 to become the 7th fastest all-time. He's undefeated, and he's the fastest in the world. And quite frankly, Lee, he is looking like the Olympic favorite even this early.
It's a great story, isn't it? I mean, it just speaks, for you young athletes out there, it speaks to resilience. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. And Trayvon Bromell is that personified. There's the full field for you. Mike Rogers in lane 7.
Enemy
right
has
alongside
been
on the inside
slain.
of Trayvon Bromell in the blue and green.
Enemy tower
And Mike's shown
destroyed.
us on more than one occasion that he can spring a surprise. Amir Webb over on the other side in lane 3.
I expect a lightning start from Trayvon Bromell here.
An allied tower is under attack.
When I spoke to him, he talked about how his faith got him back here. And this is not about
Allied
him.
tower
It's about
destroyed.
how can come back from anything if you believe.
Watch either side. Watch lane 1 and watch lane 8.
Justin Gatlin is raising his hand. He's not happy with the front pad of his block, which is surprising because this guy's been getting into blocks for about 25 years now.
Have a closer look at that.
So it's the front pad that he's having. Yeah, he didn't seem comfortable there, so he immediately raised his hand, let the starter mount come ready to go. Starter mount up. Now, that could be the front pad, or it could be a veteran rattling the younger guys in their opening round. Either way, it's within the rules. And here we go, take 2.
Would he adjust it? Surely. Would he move it back 1 slot?
No. This guy probably had this. He's had this block setting since he was running AAU. This guy's 40 next year, you know.
He's made the rest of the field think about it again. Here we go. Heat 2 of the men's 100.
An enemy has been slain.
Bromell flies out of the gate, out of the blocks. Trayvon Bromell, he'll get there.
Wow.
Makai Williams ran well in the middle, and so too did Justin Gatlin. But Trayvon Bromell in 9:84.
Yeah, that's a time that only he has run faster than. It's a wind-aided time, 2.7. The wind picked up. He looked good, but so did Gatlin. And any of these young kids coming in here thinking, oh, this 39-year-old guy, I'm going to get him. He's old. They have not seen Justin Gatlin compete at trials. There's a reason why he has the collection of medals he has. Look at Justin Gatlin, still one of the best dry faders in the world. He keeps his head down well through mid-race, and now he's up and running. And these younger guys are thinking, are you kidding me? Gatlin looks like this? So the younger guy on the outside, Bromell looking over to see where Justin is. He goes, he's there.
An ally has been slain.
So Bromell, very comfortable, 984 wind-aided, Gatlin 993. And Makai Williams, who trains here on a daily basis at the University of Oregon, gets the 3rd automatic qualifying spot.
A nice congratulations from Justin Gatlin to Trayvon Bromell and the 19-year-old Makai Williams. I think he may have got the best start, actually, Adam. He blasted out of the blocks. That was good. Here's Lewis Johnson. Lewis.
All right, we got a couple of things going here. We've got mechanics and we got that look over to lane 1. Which one
is
we
under
want to talk
attack.
about first?
I'm gonna just address the look. I just wanted to see where I was. My coach said, just get out, stay comfortable, and just wherever you are, just relax to the line.
Not necessarily look over Gatlin, huh?
No.
Okay, I got
No, I ain't never been that type of runner, man.
I got you. It's all in front. So let's talk about the mechanics and the time.
Sure.
How are you feeling out there, and what do you think in the first round?
No, I feel good, man. Like I said, I've been telling everybody all year, man. It's all about God. I just want to be his vessel. And I hope
An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Running 984 with such a great start.
I feel like we've been working on everything we needed to.
An ally has been slain.
That's all it is. Keep it God first.
All right, Trayvon, we'll see you in the next round. Thanks.
Thanks.
Keep that focus, says Trayvon Bromell. And that's what Noah Lyles, the world 200-meter champion. He was focused on his competitors. He knows his 100 heat is coming up. He's going to meet some of these guys in the semis tomorrow night. Lyles up next.
Crack windshield, take 1.
You say I got a crack in my windshield. At least maybe.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Allied tower destroyed.
Can I have some candy?
Allied tower destroyed. An allied inhibitor is under siege.
Oh, look. Would you like to do another?
Yes.
Yes, this is she. Hospital? Or what happened?
An ally has been slain.
What happened?
And you're telling us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow.
Just in case we fail to recognize one another after all these years.
There's Sha'Carri Richardson. She's starting to go through those mental preparations in the lead up to tonight's semi-final appearance in the women's 100. And we'll see her more than likely in the final as well later tonight. But we continue back here at Hayward Field with the heats of the men's 100 meters. And in lane 5,
an ally has been slain.
We just saw Trayvon Bromell win his heat.
Double
Only
kill.
Trayvon Bromell has run faster worldwide in the 100 than Marvin Bracey Williams. And the trials are all about getting your timing perfectly. Well, exactly 2 weeks ago, Lee, he ran his all-time best, 9.85.
So we saw Trayvon Bromell win way out in the shadows in lane 8. That's exactly where Jalen Slade is starting.
An enemy has been slain.
Remember 5 years ago, Noah Lyle and Mike Norman were terrorizing some of the pros as high schoolers. That's what these guys trying to do.
An ally has been slain.
He has run 10.09 this year.
Allied inhibitor destroyed. Double kill.
Teenagers as a high schooler, Matthew Bowling shot to
Triple
prominence
kill.
and made a lot of headlines with a phenomenal effort in
The Allied corps
relay,
is under
in his
attack.
100 and in long jump, all at the same meet. There is Matthew, University of Georgia student.
He's had a good year at the University of Georgia this year. Not a great year. Was the NCAA indoor champion.
So Bracey Williams in 5, Jeff Demps in 6. And Jalen Slade in those bright yellow spikes way
An
out
enemy
wide.
has
Let's
been
see who
slain.
gets it. Oh, he's down. Jalen Slade goes down. Middle of the pack, Jeff Demps and Marvin Bracey Williams going at it across the line. But thoughts at the moment are with Jalen Slade. That was such an awkward fall. He's back up though.
And I don't know what could have possibly caused it. He's in the outside lane, but he must have just had
An
a
ally has
weird
been
step
slain.
in.
Ball. Let's see who gets it. Oh, he's down. Jalen Slade in those bright yellow spikes way out wide. Let's see who gets it. Oh, he's down. Jalen Slade
Allied
goes
tower
down.
is under
Middle
attack.
of the pack, Jeff Demps and Marvin Bracey Williams going out.
Allied tower
across the line.
destroyed.
But thoughts at the moment are with Jalen Slade. That was such an awkward fall. He's back up though.
And I don't know what could have possibly caused it. He's in the outside lane, but he must have just had a weird step onto the track. Wow, that was a violent fall.
That is the pleasing result. Marvin Bracey Williams gets the win in 10 flat over Christopher Belcher and Kyrie King. But the crowd here pleased, Addo, that this young man is back up on his feet.
Yeah, he's just 17 years old from Douglasville, Georgia. He looked just fine here. I'm just trying to see what happened with his footing. No, something caused him to pull up. Something caused him to pull up, and that's why the fall happened.
An ally has been slain.
Well, yeah. So something went wrong. Pull out. Well, let's look again at the entire race. Won by Bracey in 10 flat. He his fourth friend left.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Second, Kyrie King, who is
An
over
enemy has been slain.
Final auto cue in 10.05. The wind
Double
0.0 meters per second. That's just under 5 miles an hour.
Top three go through the automatic qualifiers. That's Marvin Bracey, Williams, Christopher Belcher, and Kyrie King go through to the semis in the men's 100. And again, that's tomorrow night. The semis and the final are tomorrow night here at Haywood Field, where the weather continues to treat us just perfectly. From the 100-meter men's heats to some track and field, here's Paul Swangard.
Earlier in the day, we had qualifying in the men's javelin, and just a great story to share with you with two-time U.S. champion Riley Dolezal. So many of these athletes, you know, they're not full-time athletes. They got to pay the bills. Riley does it by being a PE teacher in West Fargo, North Dakota. Well, those locks in helping raise some funds for a school staff member, Ross Danielson, whose son Teddy underwent emergency surgery for a brain tumor. They raised over $3,000, and I talked to the parents earlier today. Good news, Teddy just had his scans, and he's clear of that brain tumor. It's going to celebrate his 4th birthday on Thursday. And Teddy, good news if you're watching at home, Riley Dolezal gets into the men's javelin
ally has been
final,
slain.
as he will have another dream of making an Olympic team. Back to the pole vault we go for updates. They're still working through, trying to pare down this field to that 12-person final as well. And Sam Kendricks loves jumping in Eugene and is making quick work of these low heights. He continues to have a clean slate as we will go back to Lee now.
And what we're going to do, Paul, is we will follow up on that rather confronting fall. Thankfully, Jalen Slade, the 17-year-old from Georgia, is okay. Here it is again, Addo. Lewis is going to have an update on it in a moment, but this was quite bizarre. Tell us more, Lewis, if you would.
Yeah, I will. I talked to Jalen Slade just a second ago underneath the stadium, and he's just dumbfounded. He said all he can tell me is that he just took a bad step, and his feet got tangled up, and that was it. He walked off. He's not hurt, just severely disappointed.
Ally has been slain.
That's a tough way for
Ally inhibitor destroyed.
qualifying stand Olympic trials. Stand gets in here, have your first race, and like that is tough. But he will be back. That kid is an immense talent.
So it leaves us with the 4th and final heat of the men's 100 meters, and here is the 200-meter world champ and one of the stars of the show, Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles has been having his typical year in the 200 meters, but 25 Americans have run faster than him in this event, an event in which his personal best is 9:86.
If
So
he's not treated right,
people
he's
like
even
Ronnie
programmed to
Baker,
die.
who will start in lane 3, are going to be trying to get to the line ahead of him. Ronnie Baker, number 5 among Americans this year.
Dude, no clue what that dude's issue was. Like, just because I'm not babysitting him in lane every minute of the game, like, I have to support the rest of the team, and this dude's typing at me. You know why he was typing at me? Because he missed, he didn't even try. Like, I had this Sparrow dead, and she ran up the lane. You can still visually see her, and he's not ulting. Yeah, angry for no reason. He was angry because I asked him to ult the Sparrow, and he didn't do it. And he was like, shut it. And I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. That was a free kill for you. That's all I'm saying. And for the rest of the game, he's talking shit. So I'm in mid because there's a team fight, and he's mad because I wasn't with him. I was with the 3 other people on our team. These players, bro, like, they're fucking bronze for a reason. They don't understand. Yeah, he was never in any of the fights. And he's mad because I'm not following him. Like, because I'm not following you do the wrong thing, bro. Like, the team is trying to get objectives and you just sitting in lane complaining about nothing. Like it's a fucking Seinfeld episode. Complaining about nothing. Yeah, it was totally. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. It's because he knew I was a streamer, number one. So he obviously has something. Like, he has an issue because I stream, and because I called it out that he did not alt a Sparrow. Like, I didn't tell him he was bad. I didn't disrespect him. I just said, look, alt Sparrow. And then he immediately started just like getting triggered because of that. So it didn't matter what I did, bro. I could have had, you know what I'm saying? I saved that dude multiple times. People are just trash, bro. That's all it is to it. Late night gaming. Yeah, no clue what that problem is. Probably doesn't have a girlfriend. Probably doesn't do girls. Upset. Who said I ain't got no bitches? Ain't got no bitches. Who said I ain't got no bitches?
ally has been slain. An allied tower is under attack. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Been slain. Enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Allied tower destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Allied tower destroyed. Allied tower destroyed. Slain. An enemy has been slain. tower destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An allied tower is under attack.
This Freelo guy is not really good. Like, he has all these kills. One, because I fed him. But two, like, we've killed these people, and you're not helping push any towers. Like, what in the fuck?
An ally has been slain.
Like, you're not helping them push any towers, bro.
Been slain. An enemy has been slain. Allied tower destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
That music, though. Look at this. We got one tower.
Allied tower destroyed.
What?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Double kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Enemy tower destroyed. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An allied tower is under attack. Allied tower destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Enemy inhibitor destroyed.
Well, they weren't going to get Prime because we had just killed them all. So whenever you have them all down like that, you got to take stuff that's permanent. Like, you take stuff that's permanent that hurts them the rest of the match. A Prime, even if they like spawned at Prime, which they wouldn't, they were all dead, bro. So you have to take inhibs first. Yeah, but they weren't going to get Prime. That's the thing. And even if they did beat us with Prime, we still had all our T2s up. So the most they would have got was a tier 2. So it's always good to take the permanent thing first, which is towers. It's the most important objective in the game. We had to get a tier 2 tower down so that on our next push we could get an inhib. That's why the 2 experienced people on the team who went for Prime and the 3 people who weren't doing shit went for... That's why the 2 experienced people went for the tower first, and the 3 newbies that didn't know what they were doing, they all went to the Prime. Like that. So here's what happens, right? If you choose to get Prime in that, we get Prime, and then we go to tier 2, right? And we try to take their tier 2. Problem is they're all up now. So now we got Prime, but now we can't do anything with it because they're all up protecting their tier 2. So all we got out of that was Prime. Whereas a tier 2, you take the tier 2, it's permanent, and then you go back and get Prime. Yeah, there may have been a fight at Prime, but all the other lanes were pushed, so they were going to lose. Even if they did get Prime, they still got to go back and get their lanes, because all the other lanes were pushed. So it's levels to it. You have to think steps ahead. Even if we would have lost Prime, they weren't going to get a tower because all the lanes were pushed, period. Like, they weren't going to get to our inhibs before we came back up. So whenever you have 5 men down like that, like, you need to get something permanent, not something that lasts for a minute or so. It's significant, like, but I mean, you can still lose a team fight with Prime, especially under one of their towers. But yeah, it gives you health regen. I think it gives you like a damage buff. I don't remember exactly all of the buffs it gives you, but it doesn't trump a tier 2 tower. Yep, that is true.
it up? Is it fat enough? When I throw it back, is it fast enough? If I speed it up, can you handle that? You ain't ready for this work now. Watch me throw it back, throw it back, throw it back, I throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. My act too fat, too fat, too fat, too fat, my act too fat, too fat.
I like how she
rock,
I like how she rock it.
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do. I know you see I'm getting you. Don't let shit get in the way. I know you gotta play games. So tell me what you wanna do. I know you see I'm getting you. If I back it up, is it fat enough? When I throw it back, is it fast enough? If I speed it up, can you handle that? You ain't ready for this work now. Watch me throw it back, throw it back, throw it back, I throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. My act too fat, too fat, too fat. My act too fat, too fat.
I like how she
back.
I like how she rock it.
Hey girl.
Nice and sexy.
All my ladies.
Nice and sexy.
a new flow, got a new vibe. Ay, back that ass up like I'm juvenile. Woosah, got a new girl, I'm a new car. She on the dance floor with no panties on. Bang, bang, drop, 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 drop.
An allied tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Can you do a split? Can you do a split?
Has been slain. enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Here we go.
An allied tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain.
Damn, they've killed him 8 times. I'm about to kill this.
Beat it up, 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 beat it up. Thanks,
Nice and sexy.
all my ladies.
What?
Enemy tower destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Oh. What I mean, man. That shit I'm talking about right there.
Flexing like you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you really think you could beat me, but you won't. Bitch, flexing like you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you really think you could beat me, but you won't. Cause your nigga wanna eat this, wanna eat this, eat this, wanna eat this, bitch, this, wanna eat this, eat this, wanna eat this. Cause your nigga wanna eat this, wanna eat this, but you don't. This, wanna eat this, this, wanna eat this, but you won't. This, wanna bitch, back.
Enemy has been slain.
Baby, back it up, can I smack it up, can you do a split, can you toot it up?
An enemy has been slain.
Eat it up,
an ally has been slain.
Let me shoot it up, bang, bang.
Double
got a
kill.
new flow, got a new vibe. Back that ass up like I'm juvenile. Woosah, got a new girl, I'm a new car. She on the dance floor with no panties on. Drop.
On the beat, out on the beat, Hit me on the gram if you fella like a man. You might just be a fan. You could fly me to Japan. I know you wanna taste it cause I'm looking like a snack. Let me show you how dirty chicks throw it back. Throw it back, 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 I'm throwing it back, throw 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 it back, could fly me to Japan.
Allied tower is under attack. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Ally has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed.
Who got that kill? Valari ulted me. Quang didn't get it. Was it the Murdoch? Who killed me?
An enemy has been slain. Allied tower destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed. enemy has been slain.
You really set me over when I let you in, but I really, really wanna let you in. The vibe is right and the mood is lit. Just grab my legs while I rock my hips. I'm giving you body, giving you face while I'm acting naughty. Drop that
An ally has been slain.
Are you feeling it though? Sexy, walk to the flow, head to the toe. Roll my shoulders back, touch my head and don't look back. No smiles, I'ma give it to you like that. Give it to you like that.
An ally has been slain.
Drop that kitty down low in the ball, down low, down low, down low, down low in the ball, down low, get it down, drop that kitty down low in the block, down low, kitty down, drop that kitty down low, down low,
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy tower destroyed.
Space right now, Houston. We have a problem. Houston, we have a motherfucking problem.
You think that you can handle it, boy? You can't handle this. You think that you can handle it, boy? You can't handle it. You think that you can handle it, boy? You can't handle this. You think that you can handle it, boy? You can't handle it. Watch me bounce, 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 watch me bounce, 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 watch me bounce, 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 watch me bounce, 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 booty shake like Jello. Watch me bounce, watch me bounce, watch me shake like Jello. Shake like Jello. Watch me down, watch me down, watch me down, 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 watch me down. Yeah, I know you want some more. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Shake like Jello. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Shake like Jello. Back it up, shake like Jello. Back it up, shake like Jello. Back it up, shake like Jello.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Oh, sexy walk, get low, roll them shoulders real slow. Tell that bitch get back, tell that bitch get back. Oh, sexy walk, get low, roll them shoulders real slow. Tell that bitch get back, tell that bitch get back. Oh, sexy walk, get low, roll them shoulders real slow. Tell that bitch get back, tell that bitch get back.
An allied tower is under attack.
Roll them shoulders real slow. Tell that bitch get back, tell that bitch get back.
Allied tower. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
One, two, three, four. Who's that knocking at my door? 5, 6, 7, 8. You want smoke? Well, step in place. Step in place. Step in place. Step in place. But you said you wanted to battle. Who's that knocking at my door? You sure you want to battle? You want smoke? Well, step in place. Step in place. Step in place. Well, step in place. I'ma kick it. Bitch, you trash.
Jersey right now, nigga. Fight back. Fight the fuck
Allied
back.
tower destroyed.
There will be a challenge.
You have taken the orb prime. Enemy has been slain.
I'ma give it roll, don't run away.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Yo, Smalls, turn up on the breath.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An enemy has been slain. Enemy inhibitor destroyed. Enemy inhibitor destroyed.
Shot me with a golden arrow, so this love is golden. Everlasting, never ending, never ending. To the moon and past the stars, I'ma give you all my love. Just take my heart and we can fly away. Fly away, fly away, fly away. I wanna fly away, fly away, fly away. I wanna fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away.
ever